What's up, world? Welcome to another Money Moves episode. Let's go ahead and see where the major money has been flowing in the world of technology. Apptronik raises $350 million to build humanoids. Apptronik has raised $350 million in Series A funding to scale its Apollo humanoid robot. The funding was co-led by B Capital and Capital Factory with participation from Google. Apptronik has raised $378 million since it was founded in 2016 at the University of Texas at Austin's Human-Centered Robotics Lab. Apptronik co-founder and CEO Jeff Cardenas said the new funding will allow the company to accelerate the development of its next-generation Apollo humanoid. Apptronik has agreements with industry leaders Mercedes-Benz and GXO Logistics to test Apollo in real-world applications. The Series A funding follows 3 years of record growth for Apptronik, Cardenas said. In 2022, Apptronik joined forces with NASA to advance humanoids following early work to help build the NASA Valkyrie robot. Last year, Apptronik worked with NVIDIA to show dexterous manipulation. Cardenas said the goal is to bring the best teams in robotics together to solve some of the industry's most difficult technical problems. One of those challenges is generating training data for its humanoids. Cardenas said Apptronik will use a variety of approaches, including physical teleoperation and simulation, to gather data for mobility, locomotion, fine manipulation, and other skills. He said Apptronik will scale up its data collection efforts using a portion of the Series A funding. Icon, a pioneer in the 3D printing of homes, raises $56 million led by Norwest and Tiger Global. Icon, which builds homes using 3D printing, has closed on $56 million in Series C funding, co-led by Norwest Venture Partners and Tiger Global. The raise represents a first close for the Austin-based Icon, according to a spokesperson. Existing backers, CAZ Investments, Lynn X, Modern Ventures, Oak House Partners, Overmatch Ventures, also participated in the round. Icon plans to use its new capital mostly to fuel the development of Phoenix, its line of multi-story 3D printers, so that it can begin putting the robotic technology into the hands of builders. The new robotic printer allows for multi-story construction using a new low-carbon building material. However, the company is still building homes itself. Icon still plans to design and build a selection of key projects across residential, hospitality, social and affordable housing, and those within the Department of Defense. Revel nabs $60 million in New York State funding to build more EV chargers. EV charging infrastructure startup Revel secured recently a $60 million loan from New York's Clean Energy Investment Fund, NY Green Bank, to more than triple its current public fast charging network in New York City. The $60 million loan is a first for NY Green Bank, which has yet to fund EV charging infrastructure. The fund's involvement is a signal both that New York is committed to electric vehicles and that debt lenders are beginning to see EV charging infrastructure as a returnable investment. The funding will help Revel build out 9 sites across the city that will eventually translate to 267 new fast charging stalls by 2027. Over the next 12 months, Revel intends to complete construction on 5 public charging sites with around 158 charging stalls, including its recently announced site at John F. Kennedy Airport and 4 more across Queens, Brooklyn, and the Bronx. The company broke ground in November at its JFK site, which it expects to open in the first quarter of 2025. Like its upcoming station at LaGuardia Airport, the JFK site is located close to where ride-hail drivers wait for passengers. In addition, Revel's upcoming site in Maspeth, Queens will have 60 stalls, which would make it one of the largest public charging stations in the nation. In more Money Moves news, Archer Aviation doubles down on defense aircraft with $300 million raise. Archer recently announced $300 million in equity raise from institutional investors like BlackRock and Wellington. The raise brings Archer's total funding to around $3.36 billion. This fresh capital comes off the back of a $430 million round in December to fund its new Archer defense program. As part of that program, Archer signed an exclusive deal with weapons manufacturer Anduril to jointly develop a hybrid gas and electric power VTOL aircraft for critical defense applications. Together, the two are targeting a program of record from the Department of Defense, which is a budgeted acquisition program with guaranteed funding over a set period. The Trump administration has vowed to rapidly field emerging technologies like AI, drones, and counter-drone systems to modernize the military. The very qualities that make FTOLs perfect for urban and regional flight are also attractive for defense use cases. Cruising at 300 feet, Archer Aviation's electric aircraft Midnight makes less noise than a passing car on the highway. While Archer is gunning to supply the defense industry with aircraft, the company still intends to launch its first limited commercial air taxi network in late 2025 in the United Arab Emirates. In 2026, Archer says it will expand air taxi services to several other cities and countries, including Los Angeles, San Francisco, New York, South Korea, and India. The company has partnered with major airlines to facilitate air taxi networks like United, Southwest, and Indigo. In November 2024, a joint venture from Japan Airlines and Sumitomo conditionally agreed to purchase up to $500 million worth of electric aircraft from Archer. Seiki raises $6.7 million to scale robots for manufacturing. Global supply chains are under increasing pressure and manufacturing costs continue to rise. Industries such as aerospace, automotive, and construction face long lead times and high costs for large format components due to fragmented supply chains and labor-intensive processes. Seiki, a manufacturing automation business, announced a $6.7 million funding round to tackle these challenges with its digital manufacturing approach. The seed round was led by Lightbird with participation from Founderful, 2100 VC, Danobat, and multiple high-profile business angels. Seiki combines large-scale additive manufacturing with precision CNC machining and a unified production system. This hybrid approach enables the company to deliver precision-engineered components in days rather than weeks while maintaining its standards through automated inspection processes. By incorporating automated quality assurance, the company said it ensures every part meets stringent industry standards, enabling faster delivery times and improved cost efficiency for large format components. The investment will accelerate Seiki's development of autonomous factories that integrate quoting, 3D printing, machining, and inspection into a seamless process. Phase raises $13 million to speed up the UX design process with its no-code platform. The Taipei and Berlin-based startup is building a no-code platform that helps UI/UX designers create fully interactive prototypes, and it has raised $13 million in funding from Gobi Partners, Hive Ventures, New Economy Ventures, Palm Drive Capital, Schilling VC, WI Harper, 42 Cap, and 500 Global. Recently, the startup released its first product, a UI animation tool that will compete with Adobe After Effects and Figma. Phase says its software lets UI/UX and product designers create interactive website or app simulations without manual coding or using error-prone AI plugins. It can also export UI code that's ready for production, speeding up the design process. This is supposedly the first in a series of launches, and there are plans to introduce 3 more UI design and code tools of its WYSIWYG, What You See Is What You Get platform this year and next year to streamline all the manual work required for UI and UX design. The 3 new features will be UI advanced prototyping, UI design, and UI code export. In addition, Phase aims to enter the US and European markets as its next priority. Up next we have Seagate acquires Intevac, which makes equipment for hard disk drives for $119 million. Seagate, the data storage company, has announced its intent to acquire Intevac, a hard drive equipment producer, in an all-cash deal worth $119 million. Seagate said it'll pay $4 per share in a tender offer for Intevac, which is publicly traded. Seagate will initially purchase a minimum of at least 1 share more than 50% of Intevac's issued and outstanding shares, and then execute a second-step merger to acquire the company's remaining shares. Santa Clara-based Intevac, founded in 1991 as a spin-off from tech firm Variant Associates, manufactures thin-film disposition systems. It IPO'd in 1995 and has expanded its footprint over the years to territories including China, Malaysia, and Singapore. On its website, Intevac says its products support hard drive disk media production and the upgrade upgrade of existing hard drive systems. One of the technologies that the firm touts as its preferred solution, heat-assisted magnet recording, or HAMR, improves the writability and storage density of hard drives by applying heat energy. Australian health tech startup Harrison.ai scores $112 million Series C. A Sydney, Australia headquartered startup, Harrison.ai has built AI-enabled medical diagnostic software and services to analyze CT scans, X-rays, and pathology slides for radiologists and medical examiners. Last week, the startup said it has raised $112 million in a Series C funding to scale its international reach in key markets, including the US, the EMEA, and Asia Pacific. Aware Super, ECP Asset Management, and Horizon Ventures co-led the funding round along with new investors, including the National Reconstruction Fund, Ord Minnett, and Wallamay Capital Group, as well as returning investors such as Alpha JWC Ventures and Blackbird Ventures. Harrison.ai offers two different products: diagnostic software that's focused on radiology called Annalise.ai and pathology-focused offering Franklin.ai. Both have the overarching goal of helping clinicians diagnose medical conditions more accurately and efficiently. The startup believes the AI tools can aid in the early detection of medical conditions, expedite treatment decisions, and reduce wait time for patients. The startup wants its technology to help address the global shortage of skilled clinicians and the surge in demand for diagnosis that's impacting both developed and underdeveloped healthcare systems. 3D mood board and marketplace Matterboard picks up $2 million to launch AI visual search. Matterboard, the makers of web-based software designed to simplify the creative process for interior designers and architects, is getting into AI. Recently, it announced a $2 million seed funding round which will support the launch of a new feature called Design Stream, AI-driven visual search and discovery tool. The company's software, a 3D Canva of sorts, allows users to mix and match over 1,000 virtual materials, create mood boards, and provides a centralized hub for experimenting with design ideas across multiple projects. With Matterboard, users can show their clients digital concepts before ordering approved samples, making the process both faster and more efficient. Soon, the company will add the new AI tool Design Stream, enabling designers to search for specific products more efficiently using natural language and visual inputs. With Design Stream, designers will be able to articulate their vision in their own words and receive recommendations tailored to their specific needs. Matterboard plans to train its own custom AI models specific to the design industry, and it believes the large foundational models currently available are too generalized. Since its launch, around 200,000 designers have been utilizing the free platform. Matterboard also has a paid pro version for $30 a month, which is being used by more than 2,000 paying designers. The latest round was led by Acrobatter Ventures with participation from Home Depot Ventures and Masco. The new capital will also be used to expand its material database and partner with global suppliers with the aim of bringing every material in the world online. In our next Money Moves news, we have InCharge raises $100 million plus to accelerate AI using analog chips. InCharge AI, a semiconductor startup developing analog memory chips for AI applications, has raised more than $100 million in a Series B round led by Tiger Global to spur its next stage of growth. The funding is significant partly because interest in AI is at an all-time high, but the high price of building and operating AI services continues to be a red flag. InCharge, spun out of the Princeton University, believes its analog memory chips, envisioned to be embedded in devices such as laptops, desktops, handsets, and wearables, will not only speed up AI processing, but it'll also help bring the cost down. Santa Clara-based InCharge claims its AI accelerators use 20 times less energy to run workloads compared with other chips on the market, and expects to have the first of those chips on the market later this year. Others in the round include Maverick Silicon, Capital 10 from Taiwan, SIP Global Partners, Zero Infinity Partners, CTBC VC, Vanderbilt University, and Morgan Creek Digital, along with returning investors RTX Ventures and Zoo Partners, Scout Ventures, AliCorp, ACVC, and S5V. So that's just some of the money moves happening in the world of technology. I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, continue to stay informed by liking the video, subscribing, and then checking out these two videos right here and letting me know what you think down in the comment sections of those videos.